How goes it, everyone? Thanks for stopping back to the channel, and welcome back to Paradise Lost. Last we left off, we were pretty much down underground in the factory, in the, I don't know what you would call it, I guess his science lab, Lucian Science Lab. If you haven't been following the story, go back and check out some of the previous episodes. That way you can get caught up and figure out what the heck's been going on in this spectacular adventure. But anyway, so that's where we're kind of sitting right now, and I really don't know what's going on through Simone's mind, but I think I've gathered kind of exactly what's been going on here. And if I'm correct, I believe Eva's our sister, and we kind of figured that out in the last episode. We are Lucian's son. I don't know who our mother is. I don't know that we have her name. And Dominica just seems to be a really good friend of Lucian's. So, I mean, we all have some sort of knowledge of one another, except for maybe me, because Shimon, I don't know, has any knowledge of Dominica, unless of course Dominica, it turns out to be our mother. Hard to know, really hard to know. There has just been very subtle hints, and they're so subtle I can't really discern them. So anyway, that's kind of where we're sitting in the story. So hopefully, going under the lab, we found a brain with a jar in it, or you know, that's wrong. A jar with a brain in it. That would make sense. But we found a jar with a brain in it. It had a bunch of wires hooked up to it, so to its neurology. So it seems like maybe that's Eva's brain. That's what I'm suspecting. Eva seems like maybe she's about our age, potentially. Hard to know, though, because they keep mentioning that the war happened 20 years ago, which would be World War II. So, you know, this puts us in like the 60s, 70s, maybe. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into the story before I continue to ramble for days. Alrighty. Guess it's Chug-a-Lug City for this part of the game. Perpetually. What is this? It's the brainstem? Where's that even go, man? Is this like the neural network of this entire thing? Is this ice? Can I stand on this? I feel like I can't go that way. I feel like that was a red herring and it was just going to bring me up to the end and I wasn't going to be able to do anything with it. Oh, so no, this is water. It kind of looked like similar to the ice in the other area. I guess we only know what we can... No, I don't know. Cryptic. So I don't know what's going on with this longboat. Everything's very like, it's almost like we went back in time from like the upper levels down to this level. Is that an actual person in that? Or is that a tree? I'm a little bit concerned on that. A little bit concerned about that. Anyway, it's time. It was fate that brought us to this place, and it is fate that now leads us away. We leave tomorrow in search of another place that we can call home. We mistook this place for paradise. We know now that it is never meant to be our paradise, but it could be yours. I know you will come here. If not in a year, then perhaps in 5. If not in 5, then in 10. So this is Lucian to us, potentially, if it's not... Potentially to ourselves and our mother. Our mother and I guess, even though I'm speaking in third person here. But you will come here. You cannot avoid it. It may seem cruel, but the gods have a plan for us all. You can try to run from your destiny, but it will catch up with you in the end. You will come here, and you will have a chance to make everything right. You know what needs to be done, Shimon. Oh, do I? I feel like I don't know nothing, man. I know that you put our sister's brain in a jar and tried to keep her alive by really artificial means, and that's pretty flocked, man. And also, why didn't you not try to come find us? Because you were so dilutedly involved in your work? Couldn't be bothered, I'm sure. I'm sure that was too daunting of a task to ask of my own father. Where are we going exactly? And we're rowing our boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream? Is that how that goes? I don't remember. I don't remember old child's tales. I don't know what you call them. Nursery rhymes. God. Yeah, okay. Kinda looks like a tree. More like a tree now than ever. Oh, it's that tree. Oh, wait. What? Is this our mother?
Do you want me to read something to you?
No. The light is hurting my eyes today.
Oh, wait. So when she fell down, she might have just fainted at the beginning of the game.
I got upset.
This is her last moments.
I shouldn't have.
It's okay, Mom.
Oh, this is shortly after then.
I hope he forgives me.
Hope who forgives you?
What he sees. What a smart, brave young man you turned out to be.
Mom, what are you talking about? Forgive you for what?
Forgive me for taking you away from him.
But I mean, really, did you? I mean, I think you did us a
I don't
favor.
understand. Why are you telling me
He
this?
seemed like he wasn't in his right mind. He seemed like he was a little bit manic.
Mom, it's not your fault. You did what you had to.
That would have been amazing for context this whole game, but I see why they did it the way they did it. The presentation and the build up. They really developed it pretty good. Okay, so there's some sort of mechanism up here. I'm sure Lucian engineered some sort of sweet teleportation device. I don't know. I'm just talking on my ass right now. I'm saying what I think is cool when indeed it's not. Okay, so big old tree. Man, how did he get those wires all wrapped up in this thing, man? I mean, jeez. That's an engineering feat in its own. Alright. Oh, wait, is this Eva? Or is this our mother? No, it couldn't be our mother. How would he have known she passed away? It has to be. Oh, is that where we're supposed to go? How old is
I
our
bet
sister?
this isn't how you imagined you'd find me.
No. No, I didn't think I was gonna find you in a
Everything
capsule.
Came back to me when you found that grave,
Uh-huh.
like a flood. To think I was keeping the truth from myself for all that time. It's amazing what the human mind is capable of.
Yeah.
Eva, you're alive.
Yeah, I honestly
I
didn't
am.
think she was.
That's...
Which is being kept alive
That's
by this
good.
machine, I would imagine.
At this point,
She's got a condition
I
or something?
don't really know, Shimon. What I do know is that I was really upset when I told you to leave. Now I'm glad
Yeah.
you didn't listen.
Well, you're welcome.
So
I wasn't
many
gonna anyway.
things I want to...
I'm tired, Shimon. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
I don't blame
think
you.
I'd like to go.
Where are you gonna go?
What do
Get,
you mean?
are you gonna get shot
I
out
want you to
at the
unplug
tube
me.
or something?
Eva,
That's a pretty serious request.
Shimon, I don't even understand what I am anymore.
Well, you're human, clearly. Yeah, you're my sister,
you're
come
my
on.
sister.
I always wanted to have a sibling.
Yeah, well, you do.
That I can call you brother. Thank you for saying that. You know, I tried
you
to
betcha.
forgive him for leaving me here, but I can't.
Oh my god,
Do
man,
you
that's
think
so
that
sad.
makes me a bad person? Tell me, what kind of father condemns his own daughter to oblivion?
I don't know. I think our
I'm
father
not
was
sure
a little
what
bit
to say.
loopsies, okay? I think he was fruit loopage. But anyway, Lucian faked your death to save you. Wanted to sacrifice me. Maybe? I mean, maybe he did. But it's... Why would he... I don't know where the wanted to sacrifice me comes into play. I could see where the top one comes into play, faked your death to save you, because I guess he did, and nobody really knew where she was. She's just down here in, like, the deep, dark chasms of this cave system. This underground cavern.
Lucian lied about your death to save you.
And you think it was justified?
I don't think I
he
ever
loved
said
you
that.
as a father more than anything else.
Oh, so we were gonna say
Lucian wanted
both
to
anyway.
sacrifice my life to save you. That's how much he loved you.
I'm glad he didn't. I'd rather have a brother in the end.
Yeah, well, you
Shimon,
still
that's
do.
really a lot to take in. I don't
get
know
it.
what to do with it.
I don't think
How
I do
you
either.
imagine my life here will look, huh? You think I'll be
Jesus.
able to go outside, see the sunshine? What happens if there's a power outage and I'm all alone? Or if someone comes
we'll-
and tries to take this place and use it?
I don't
You
know, we'll
think I'll
build
be
you a
strong enough to defend myself?
super cool portable
You're stronger than
generator.
you think.
And you
Evan,
power never
tell
goes
me,
out.
What will happen to you
Solar
if I
powered
leave
even.
you?
Make it
Well,
awesome.
that depends on what you
Real
believe
awesome.
happens when someone dies. What do you think?
Nothing, there's nothing there. I don't know. I mean, that's probably the more accurate answer. You meet the people who died after you, before you. Maybe that's one thing, but personally, how could we know that? So,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
that's the great question, isn't
It's
it?
scary, right? It makes you feel small, insignificant.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's
probably
what we're
we
supposed
are
to
at the
feel
end
like,
of the
though.
day. I think you're ready
Ready for what?
to make the decision. I want
Okay.
you to know that I'll accept your decision no matter what it is.
Oh, well, you can, what the... I don't... I feel like if I don't do it... She might not think I have the guts to do it, but I don't... I mean, I literally just met her again. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just unplug the person that I've been speaking with over an intercom for hours, and then all of a sudden we meet face to face, sort of, and you want me to just end your life so I don't ever have a sister when I could potentially at least have a sister? But I believe Lucian probably set this up in a way where he felt maybe only Shimon had the willpower to do this. Maybe he just couldn't do it. He probably tried to or had intentions on it, but he couldn't do it. But I stand by not doing it because she's still hooked up. This is, but what kind of life is this to live? This is like, I hate having to do it, but well, yeah, we would be in contact with our sister, but what type of life, quality of life is this? I mean, it's pretty terrible when you think about it. And I don't know, I personally wouldn't wish that on my own sibling, so I don't know, I think I'd have to unplug. I think I would have to do it. Otherwise, what? Would just hope that she gets better? Or, I mean, if I unplug, though, I imagine Lucian, that means Lucian's still alive. I imagine. And he's probably going to want to fight me about it. But, because this whole time he was basically kept saying in his notes, in kind of like his own manic, episodes, his madness, if you will, that he wasn't gonna take no for an answer, essentially. So I suspect he'd go to pretty unimaginable lengths to make sure his daughter is still alive. But in the end, he still has a son, even if I make that choice. But I don't know if he would be able to accept that. He seems like he's been down here a long time, and he, lost himself a little bit with this pursuit of the gods and pleasing them, and just a lot of rhetoric that maybe makes sense to some, but logically isn't the right choice. When it comes down to ethics, this is not the right choice. I'm gonna have to, I gotta unplug it. I gotta do it.
I will do it.
She asked me to. It's only fair.
Eva?
I'm here. Thank you, Shimon.
You're
It's
welcome,
a relief
jeez.
to know my fate is settled. But that
yeah,
leaves
it's
us
better
with
to
you.
Just
What
be
are you
stuck in a
going to do?
tube on breathing apparatuses and stuff. I'm thinking about staying here. Maybe I stay here, but who's to say I don't end up like Lucian? But I don't think with the slight, if not total animosity I have towards my own father at this point, I would, and I'm guessing you could certainly use this to your advantage, and up there is just a cold wasteland anyway, so you might as well stay here. I mean, it's got electricity, it's got, I mean, there was a garden. I mean, you could, I mean, plenty of resources here. There was even a meat factory. Half of that meat's probably gnarly as hell right now, but there's a lot of factors, a lot of different there's a lot of different paths you can take, but there are really only two here, but a lot of different paths that you could take if you stayed here. Aside from being outside, and I'm staying. I'm gonna stay because number one, we went all this way to figure out what was going on, and we got here, and then by the time we did get here, we're just gonna bail after we end our own sister's life. But I guess, yeah, I guess staying here would be the wise choice. I mean, again, technology, we have food, it's safety, and all that's up there is just a freezing cold wasteland. I don't know if it's like that all the time, but we've only been tossed into this story, kind of with the mindset or with the knowledge that we do have that it's just a post-apocalyptic nuclear winter. So, anyway,
I want to stay here. What do you think?
I'm happy that you'll finally be able to settle down.
appreciate
It's not
that.
like this
I'm
place has
happy
a
that I may
legacy
be able to
worth
settle down, I
continuing,
guess.
But I really hope you do something good around here.
I also hope for that.
So,
I hope that as well.
What's your final decision, Shimon?
Might as well stay.
I will stay here.
Where else am I gonna go?
You have it easier than I ever did. Goodbye, brother.
Man, now I kind of, if I was just gonna stay here after all, I don't know why I chose to do that. I'm still an advocate of the quality of life to be living in a tube, regardless of whether your brother's here or not, or your family's here or not. It's not something I know I wouldn't want to be, so. Disable bio component. What bio component? I didn't even know there was a bio component. Oh man. Well, hopefully she's in a better place. Or just at peace. Finally. Rather than not having answers and being lost. Seems like I feel like I made the right choice. So if I'm staying here, am I just gonna pop into a tube? Because that'd be not, I don't know, counterintuitive to what you'd want to do. Okay, well I guess I'm staying here with her. I mean, we're just gonna be together forever in cryo. We're just, well, not really cryo. We're gonna be, I guess, together in this machine. Because whose brain was that in the other room then? I mean, is that Lucian's brain? Whose is it? I don't know. I don't really have no idea. I didn't really get a lot of answers there. But see, this is outside. This is what we would have gone back out to. What is there out here? If there's nobody out here, then at least stay with our own family. Oh, don't tell me that it's gonna be. Oh, you bitch! Okay, well, I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be winter forever or something. All right, well, that's annoying. I didn't realize it was gonna be like summertime. I guess I should have figured, but I figured it was a nuclear winter. Forever. Crazy. Really looks good though, man. This game engine would have been really crazy cool to see like in like a summertime scene like this. Jeez. Looks great. I mean, we did get closure in the end. I mean, that's really what it was all about, is figuring out who that dude was, who that guy in the picture was. We found out it was our father. We got closure there. We found out we had a sister. It was Eva. We actually got to meet our sister. She unfortunately was in a compromised position because of, I mean, really because of the decisions her father made, or our father made in the end of it, because he's the one who chose to put her in that tube and put her on life support, so to speak, for lack of a better term for it, or whatever they would call it in this alternate future. I would imagine it's the same. But I digress. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I think we made the right choice in the end, staying rather than leaving, because number one, we got the closure we wanted, and number two, just like I said before, we still have the resources there, and we're not dying to my knowledge, but if we chose to, we could just stay in stasis in that tube, so to speak, until our old age, until our life ran dry, or until we died of starvation or something. But either way, we would have ended there together as a family, as brother and sister. I don't know where our dad is. Maybe he's the brain, but either way, he's somewhere in this underground labyrinth. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm sure the other endings are just as interesting. I'm happy with this ending. I don't feel a need to go back. I'm happy with this closure. And I like it when a game does that. Replayability is great for games, but I do like it when a game really just kind of ends it and, puts that exclamation point on it at the end, But anyway, this was great. Looked great. Played a little clunky. It was extremely choppy toward the end there, so I don't know what happened with the developers, Alessandro Bavenzi and your crew. But seems like there was still some screws that had to be tightened up as far as like the development and the assets and just the overall optimization of this game. But aside from that, the story was great. It kept me interested. It kept me engaged. The bugs were a little bit off-putting. They definitely didn't make me want to come back to the game a couple of times. But I did want to see this game to its conclusion. So I muscled through it, and I just went back through and got myself to where I wanted to be in this game. But anyway, this was awesome. As awesome as I expected the ending to be. A lot. Maybe not what I expected the ending to be. I didn't actually expect to actually see a physical, physically our sister in the end. I thought it was going to be more of like a machine. We were going to see jars with brains in them. It's going to be very Futurama-esque, I guess. Now that I think about that in that kind of mindset. But anyway, if I was going to rate this game, I don't know. I'd say maybe 3.5 out of 5. If we were going out of 10, I'd say 7 out of 10. I thought it was really good, but again, there was just those couple of things that that did deter me from wanting to continue to play this game, and coming back to the game. That's the thing, the replayability, coming back to it, and that's what kind of lost me at certain points when I was running into those just irritating bugs. But anyway, bugs aside, this was awesome, and you should go play it if you're interested in finding out what the alternate ending is, or just making different choices that I didn't make, because I did what I felt was right and what I was interested in finding out what the answers to, if you will, with the questions that were presented to me and the questions that I selected, and the answers that, of course, I inevitably got were what I chose. So you go and you choose your own adventure with this game, Paradise Lost. Anyway, I digress. If you made it this far, I surely appreciate you watching. I post videos like this as much as I can, at least twice a week when possible. But if you want to get alerts when I do post videos like this, the only way to do that is to hit the subscribe button, and you will get the alerts first come, first serve when I post new videos like this. If you hit that like button, it allows me to get tossed in the algorithm and other people watching this game, because it is a game worth playing and worth watching, and it surely helps me out a lot too. So I appreciate it. Thanks for enjoying this game with me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.